Good evening and welcome to Mending. So my name is Mr. Jerry Emmanuel, and with me in the studio,
Solomon Okada.
Engineer, you're highly welcome.
Lady JU. Why?
Starting with engineer. Engineer, how do you think we can build strong foundation before marriage so as to have a marriage that will last the test of time? Just like the Holy Book will say that if the foundation be destroyed, what would the righteous do? So I want us to start first from building a foundation. Just like if you want to build a house, the foundation will determine how far it will go. A foundation of 1-story building cannot carry 5-story building. And making foundation of 5-story building for 1-story building will be wasting of money. So let's begin from foundation. What kind of foundation do you think or do you consider proper for marriage that will last test of time?
Okay, thank you very much. That will last test of time and foundation. I think every marriage needs a strong relationship because marriage is a relationship. So we start by building a strong relationship. And building a strong relationship entails a lot of factors like communication. A whole lot comes into building that strong relationship. You need to communicate very close. You need to know each other. While communicating, you know each other more. While knowing each other, you tend to build that strong foundation for the marriage to actually start. So in our today, like as in your explanation, you said we have a lot of divorces in our society today, and that is related to we not having a strong foundation of relationship. You meet a man today or you meet a lady today, and the next thing you are talking about marriage. I actually met my wife. I didn't even actually know my wife if I got married to her. The first time of seeing her was the very day I proposed to her. The first time I met her. But that's notwithstanding, we've been talking. We've talked, we've tried to communicate. But while trying to communicate, I saw some kind of the things I wasn't seeing in previous relationship that I've been into, and I had that conviction, that strong conviction in me that this could actually be the person I'm looking for. That was how I actually have made up my mind to go into marriage with her before we meet ourselves face to face. Meeting ourselves for the first time.
Was it like somebody recommended you to her or recommended her to you?
No.
So how did you get to?
I've met her once, but that was like over 15 years before that marriage.
You people were friends and later lost contact.
We were not friends. I was actually friends with her elder sister, not in relationship, but we were just close.
Platonic friends.
Yes, like just friends. And she happens to come to her elder sister place where I was with her, the elder sister. So I met her the first time, and I went home with that knowledge. When I was there looking for a wife to marry, I had that picture in my mind, like, what if I should know this person more, kind of. So I looked for her number, got her number, started talking, started chatting, and gradually I was just making more. We chatted we communicated for like, let's say 2-3 months. That's if I must bring in my own case into this discussion now. But then today you now find out that it's not even how long you dated. You could actually see a boy and a girl that have been in a relationship, that have lived inside the same house, that like they've known each other very, very well, lived in the house for like 3 years, 4 years, going into marriage and couldn't survive in that marriage. So it all one starts with, you know what you want first. You go into what you want. I see all these things with, you're being kind of, once you become responsible in a relationship, you just see yourself that you're being responsible, you're being answerable to the next person, to that person that you're in that relationship. You came back late, you say, babe, I'm sorry, or you're rushing back home because you know that maybe the person you're responsible to someone.
So more like you are accountable to someone.
Yes. Now, the moment you start seeing yourself being accountable to the next person, then you can now say, okay, this accountability, if it's coming from a neutral point of view, like there is nothing attached to it. It's not because I asked him for money for hair. So for this period, I have to be, accountable.
Let me behave well.
Let me behave well to get what I want. That one is on that way too, because you could just find out, okay,
let me behave well.
Let me behave well to get what I want. That one is on that way too, because you could just find out, okay, because this guy has money, or this guy is handsome. There are a lot of factors, or the lady is from a responsible home. For me, I think one other thing that fashioned my decision in getting married was, seeing my wife from the house where she comes from. I know the family very well. I've known the father, I've known the mother, and if I now said, okay, let me go into this, knowing the background where she's coming out from actually helped me to form my decision very easily. We are from the same town, we are even from the same kindred. So the family, I've always known that family. So it helps me pick to make up my mind, like, I know the man, I know the wife. I know the younger, the siblings, but I don't know.
So just like from a child, you've known the family.
Yes. So, just like to be just summarizing my listing now is, one, know the person. Most times not really the tribe, but for me, I would say tribes matters, because this language is very strong in marriage too. When you speak the same language, you tend to communicate better. Unlike, there are some things that I will communicate better if I'm speaking Igbo right now. That, when you look for the word that qualifies it very well in English, you tend to jump that particular fact. So that relationship of boyfriend and girlfriend or in marriage, when you speak one common language, you express yourself better. You express yourself better. Like,
but there are people married to same tribe that are also divorcing.
Yes.
Even from the same tribe.
Yes, still based on the same kind of, making mistake in choosing your life partner. A lot of us has actually made that mistake. I don't know if you're getting it. A lot of people, even if you're marrying the next person, like, there was a girl I was about marrying. She was actually, I grew up with her in the same compound. I saw her like a very good girl. But then, seeing her for the first time, I wasn't that very, very convinced. I don't know if you're getting it. I wasn't very convinced. I went all the way from Port Harcourt to Nsukka actually to see her. But after that trip, I was like, in fact, I stopped communicating. After that trip, I went all the way from Port Harcourt to Nsukka, from Nsukka back to Port Harcourt.
Engineer, we'll get back to this person you went to see, so that we'll know why you stopped communicating. So I want to hear from one and get to see what she will tell us about laying a strong foundation before going into marriage. Just like I said earlier, the Holy Book said that if the foundation is destroyed, what would the righteous do? That is to say that the foundation is very, very akin to a successful marriage, and foundation will also determine a marriage that will not last. So having listened to Engineer Solomon and your wide experience, what would you say are the good foundation to lay that can actually make marriage last a lifetime?
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Ma.
To start with, thank you so much, Emmanuel, for inviting me. Yes, I have to start from where I come from. In my place, before, let's say like 15, 20 years ago, before you marry, your parents were actually the people that introduced or recommend someone for you. You say, it's also family. It's like I see somebody that will make a good wife for you.
Yes.
And they will go and ask questions. They'll go to the people, go to their village. They won't go direct to the family. They'll go to the people that stays close to them. Please, how does this girl behave? The family background. Do they have any cause in their family? Do they have any? No. They have to find out the roots. They have to find out the foundation. They have to find out the kind of family that your son or your daughter is married to. And it helps them a lot then. Divorce weren't much. It was very slow, very low. People were marrying like 3, like 4, and they'll live in peace. Like there are some people that say, these people, they have the stigma of stealing. You don't go there to marry if you're not from the same tribe. Or they have premature death in their family. You don't go there. You get that? So when they go to the family, check out everything, they recommend. You don't bring girl to your house that hey, present your just like the way they're doing it now. Present your parents that say this girl, no. So then they used to have a very that is a peaceful and grounded marriage, because peace is very, very necessary in marriage.
Yes.
You can't travel in a place that there's war. So with that, the two families will know themselves. And more especially, it was like your father will know the father, something of that nature. Your mother said they will introduce everyone, something of that nature. And they will come and start living. And if there's any problem, the man won't go out to discuss you with the friends outside. The man will come back to the parents. Daddy, mommy, see what is happening. The two families will come together and they will settle it. Your husband, if your husband does anything like that, then, I'm talking of then, you will run back home and they will call the man back and everything will be settled. You go back with you. Nobody was even talking about divorce then. We had good families then and the foundation was okay. But when you're the type that disobeys and go where your parents say you shouldn't go, when it boomerangs, it will fall back on you. But it was very rare then. It's rare.
So would you say civilization and Western education have done more harm in marriage than it used to be before?
I won't say so. I won't.
Because those days we were saying most ladies were not enlightened as much as they are now, and one would as well argue that then people were not actually allowed to do what is best for them by your father telling you this is who you will marry. OKK in quote is my good friend. I've known OKK and I want you to marry OKK. Why Chioma is going out with one Emeka, loves Emeka and stuff like that. But the parents wanting to marry OKK's son because of the family relationship. But it might not be in love with his OKK.
You know, back then we were so oblivious to our families.
Even against our feelings.
Even you don't even have what's your feeling? Your feelings don't even come out.
So would you say it's
nobody
better?
Nobody
would you
cares
say it's
about
better then, or it is now? Because
Why?
now people choose whom their heart goes for.
Yes, they choose whom their heart goes for, but they don't know how to maintain it.
So you think that is one of the reasons why?
Yes. They don't. If you must have something, you must acquire something. You must learn how to maintain.
Okay.
You don't just acquire. Don't just get married. You don't just go into a relationship with somebody without knowing how to maintain the relationship. And another thing is that we parents are not even teaching our children, more especially the girls, on what marriage is all about.
Okay.
To be sincere with you, we need an institution where they will be teaching it. Before you get into marriage, they will teach you, see what is obtainable.
But I think one institution might likely not work is marriage doesn't have formula. This is Mending So, and in Mending So is a platform where we talk about relationship, or talk about how to actually make dead relationships work. We discuss family values, we discuss relationship foundations, we discuss marriage. We have a lot of good topics. discuss here. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to comment. You can comment the topic you want us to treat, and why not? You can go ahead and treat those topics. Don't stop watching Mending So. And once more, thank you guys for coming around.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
No
Thank you
problem.
very much, man.
Thank you.